My name's Jason Doherty. I've been CrossFitting for 8 years. We've owned an affiliate now for 4 years, and we've been in Denton for 2 of those years. Something nobody knows about me is that I spent a year living in Guatemala, and everybody in Guatemala typically takes Spanish lessons, but I chose to take chocolate making lessons from one of the chocolatiers there. So where I couldn't speak any Spanish, I learned how to make chocolate. I used to spend my Saturday mornings making 5 kilos of white chocolate every week. The thing I enjoy most about coaching is having a role in helping people achieve what they didn't think they could previously do. A lot of times people come in and they have no idea of their capacity, and so I view my job as being able to take them farther than they think they could ever go, which is very satisfying to see the look on their face when they do something, they achieve something physically that they had told themselves was never an option. How I came to CrossFit, I was a classical musician in a previous life, and I had a few friends that had started CrossFit, this thing called CrossFit. Back when I started, it wasn't as popular as it is today, and so I asked the guy, like, what is CrossFit? And he was like, oh, we push tires around and we do pull-ups on like rusty bars and Olympic lifting. And I was like, man, I don't know what any of that is. But he was like 5% body fat. And everything I had done previously had always kind of left me the same. And so I was like, okay, well, I might as well try it and see if it's for me or not. And I just jumped in and found CrossFit, and I was hooked from day one. My proudest moment as a coach actually came from my very first client that I ever had. I don't think she'd mind me sharing. Her name's Lindsay. Lindsay came to me and had tried everything. She'd done the crash course diets. She had tried P90X at home. She had tried doing boot camps, yoga, everything, and nothing had worked for her. And being my first client, it was exciting to have a hand in her achievement, but she, about I'd say 4 or 5 months in, she had dropped body weight, she'd gotten stronger, she's more flexible, like all of her health markers had increased, and she told me with tears in her eyes how much it meant to her what I had helped her do. And I mean, it just kind of catapulted me into this is what I want to do for a living. It was a big enough thing, being my first too, that I just couldn't imagine having that kind of satisfaction with any other career choice. Something that I've struggled with in terms of my own fitness was doubting what I could do physically. I grew up in a household of musicians, and following kind of that path, I went to school for music. I got advanced degrees in music, and I was always told that fitness, sports, physical stuff wasn't really what I should try to do. And so it's been there was like a lot of mental blocks for starting CrossFit, and then lowering my expectations of what I could actually do in the gym, that I feel like was a huge hurdle for me starting out. I think what makes our gym different from other gyms is that our coaching staff is constantly trying to be better. We meet regularly. We're constantly trying to come up with more ways to explain things, more variations in movements where we progress them or regress them based on each person's ability level. And there's a commitment from the coaching staff that I feel like is rare, that you see in a lot of other gyms. And I think that commitment transfers to the membership, and the members can see that their coaches care about them, not just on like how much they can squat, but there's a deeper care to their craft and to taking care of everybody that walks in here. There's so many different aspects to owning a gym, and I think that one gets very difficult to answer because there's size. I'd like to get a bigger space for the gym that offers more services, more programs that meet people where they're at. So maybe having like a yoga program, having a strongman program, and having all those things. But I want to get bigger, but I don't want to lose the personality and the commitment that we have in that community. Because I think the special thing that we have is a great community, and sometimes with expansion, that can get diluted. And so it's kind of this balancing act of trying to keep things expanding and getting bigger, more diverse, but still maintaining that community that I think makes us us. I tell somebody that's on the fence that you have nothing to lose. You know, your first session is free. We want you to come in. We want you to try it out, and it's for you. Maybe it's not for you, but you'll never know unless you try. And so I don't see that there's any reason to not come in and experience our gym and see if this is your cup of tea or not.